Walt Grassel, getting there is half the fun. Getting there is half the fun. Walt Grassel.
Have you ever been cursed with a terrible travel experience? Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. When it comes to travel, some people are more cursed than others. Take our Lieutenant Governor of Marketing, Joan Lewis. Have any problems getting here, Joan? Sorry to hear that. In June, Joan flew to the regional conference in San Mateo. She had a 3-hour delay at the airport, including 4 gate changes. And when she got to San Francisco, her bags didn't. They got there an hour later. And when she finally collected her bags and got to the curb, she got there just in time to wave goodbye to the last hotel shuttle of the day. She could have taken this 8.5-hour trip faster if she'd have walked. And they say getting there is half the fun. In August, I flew to the Toastmasters International Convention in Foxwoods at the MGM Grand Casino in Mashantucket, Connecticut. There are no direct flights from LA to Mashantucket. Surprise! The casino is located on a Mohegan Indian reservation. In fact, Mashantucket's an old Indian word that means an hour and 13 minutes away from the nearest airport. The nearest airports are Hartford to the west and Providence to the east. And that's at least one airline connection and a $150 cab ride away. Now, Toastmasters was nice enough to provide a $50 round-trip shuttle. But unfortunately, I was getting there too late, so I had to rent a car. Cha-ching! I flew from LAX to Dallas to Hartford. I had 45 minutes to make my connection. And as I'm sitting at the gate, waiting to pull away, looking at my watch, I'm starting to get nervous. The pilot gets on the intercom. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a mechanical problem with the aircraft. Maintenance has been called to replace a broken footrest. Excuse me? A broken footrest? When was the last time a plane crashed because the people in first class couldn't put their feet up? And I just looked around the airplane. I knew Joan was on my plane. But she wasn't. 35 minutes later, we pulled away from the gate. We landed in Dallas, and I had just 15 minutes to make my connection. So I grabbed my bag and I started power walking to the next gate. I just look like I'm in shape. I thought I was going to have a heart attack. But I made it to the gate just as the big timer in the sky turned on the red light. I landed in Hartford and rented a bright red Dodge Charger and drove off to Mashantucket. The next day I saw Jim Paget at registration. Jim was not happy. He had to wait over 2 hours for his shuttle. And then when the shuttle picked him up, as it started to drive away from the airport, there was a loud bang! And the shuttle just stopped. He had to wait over an hour for another bus to come pick him up. I said, Jim, that's terrible. Were you traveling with Joan? That night I checked on Facebook and Joan had made a post. Why me? I'm waiting over 3 hours for a shuttle. I thought this trip was going to be different. I felt so bad for Joan, I offered to give her a ride to the airport on Sunday. Not because I'm a nice guy, I needed the gas money. But there's more to travel than just getting there. There are a lot of fun people at the convention. I met Toastmasters from all over the world. In fact, at the hotel bar, I met a very attractive lady of the evening. She was playing with my footrest. She was also there for the convention. No, it's not what you think. She was there to improve her speaking and leadership skills in a mutually supportive and positive learning environment. And I attended some great educational sessions. And the business meeting, you know, Toastmasters has politics. The big issue was the reorganization of Toastmasters. The debate was so spirited, I thought I was at a town hall meeting. And during the president's speech, someone shouted, "You lie!" The highlight of the convention is the World Championship of Public Speaking. The 10 best speakers in the world giving inspirational speeches. Those of us that have been in Toastmasters for a while know that someone, usually close to the speaker, dies. It's become a cliche. I had dinner with one of the contestants, Shakise Newton, and she was very pregnant. In fact, she was showing more than me. And it dawned on me, this year, instead of hearing about people dying on stage, we were going to see someone have a baby! The highlight of the of the convention is the president's dinner dance. And I happened to run into Joan. I said, "Hi, Joan." She goes, "Hi, Walt. So, what time are you going to pick you up to go to Hartford tomorrow?" I flew into Providence. Joan missed out on the opportunity to punch in on her Facebook. A well-intentioned friend, caps lock, was going to take me to the wrong airport! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. And I missed out on the gas money. And a better ending to this story. I had a great time at the convention. Next year's convention is in Palm Desert. That's within driving distance. I think you should all go. You'll have a great time. But whatever you do, don't carpool with Joe.
Please remain silent until these ballots can be collected.